FEMA is here now in Milwaukee. Give me a sense. This event happened August 10th. You're here today, about 10 to 11 days after the event. Why now? And why, some people might say, what took so long?
Yeah, so FEMA is here. We are on the ground. We are doing these assessments at the request of the state. And we are on the ground in communities today, but our teams have been here for several days working with the state and with counties to coordinate our work in the field. And so FEMA presence is seen today, but we have been here, we have been working with the counties and the states to get this work underway. And so every disaster is different. And so we are here and we are going to be here as long as it takes, as long as the state asks us to be here. And so I think that the most important thing is that the state believes that there is enough damage to justify a federal request for a disaster declaration. And so that's what we're doing. We are here to work with the counties, to work with the states, to verify the damage that they see. And so what we will do is take a look at that damage. We will submit that data, and the governor then will ultimately use that data to inform his decision on whether or not he will actually submit a request for a disaster declaration. If he does submit that request, he will submit it to FEMA. We will submit it to the president. The president has the final say on whether there will or will not be a declaration.
So let's unpack some of that. Very visual today. You're going door to door. If you knock on somebody's door, that means you recognize there's a need here. But what if you don't knock on their door? What if they're not home? Did they miss a chance to talk to FEMA?
If we come into a community and we don't knock on your door, you absolutely did not miss an opportunity to talk to FEMA, because we don't need to knock on every door. We don't need to speak to every resident because, again, we lean on our county and state partners to tell us what the damage looked like in these communities. And so if there is a declaration, everyone in this county who had damage from those storms will have an opportunity to apply for FEMA assistance, whether we knocked on your door or not.
So when would that application process does not happen until a declaration happens?
That is correct.
Okay. So let's say as you go down these homes, people are saying damage is 10,000, 20,000, whatever the dollar amount, and a declaration is declared that FEMA is going to help. Does that mean people will be reimbursed for their losses after insurance covers whatever losses they might have had?
Yeah, so how that works is FEMA is asking about the damage to the home, right? So so what happens is when we knock on your door, we're asking about how that damage impacted your home. Did it impact your living space? Did it mean that you were displaced from your home? Did it shift the foundation of your home? Did it impact your ability to live in a basement if you have living space in your basement? Did it impact your HVAC systems? Did it impact your electrical system in your home? Those are the types of things we're looking for.
And if the answer is yes?
Then you let us know that, and those are some of the things we take into consideration in these assessments today.
That they will be covered, or it will be on a case-by-case basis?
Absolutely. Every person's story is different. Even if you live next door to someone and it looks to the person who lives next door to you that our damage is the exact same, that is not always the case, because your story is very different from your neighbor's story. And so we always try to tell people that even when it looks the same, it is not always the same. Because as you mentioned, some people have insurance and some people don't. And even when you do have insurance, you may not be insured to the same level. So we always want to make sure that people understand that it is not always the same. Everybody's story is different. And the most important thing to remember here today, though, is that no one has the opportunity to apply for federal assistance today. That is still yet to come if the governor decides he will make a declaration and if the president authorizes that.
So those are two big steps. People are going to say, boy, so what's the timeline? They need help now. You can hear it from the homeowners right now. If those two big steps are taken, how quickly can funds flow to those who need it?
Unfortunately, I don't have the answer for you, because the timeline is fluid. I can't tell you when the governor might make that determination.
Once the governor does, once the president does,
Yeah.
is there a 30-day, 60-day?
If the president today whenever the president says there is a disaster declaration authorized for this state, for this county, FEMA stands ready to respond.
And respond within.
Immediately. When the president says a disaster declaration is authorized for this area, FEMA stands ready to respond immediately.
And that's looking at the applications and then determining a dollar amount, if that's the outcome here, how much they could get.
So what happens is people who have experienced some loss apply for assistance, and everybody's assistance level is going to be different based on their individual story. I cannot tell you what someone's dollar amount will be because there is an application that they will have to complete, and they will have to tell us what their individual loss looked like.
You know, just to, if you can help, because I know people are going to want to know this. Is there a sense, Nicole, that from application to result can be a 30 to 60 or 90-day process?
Sure. So if you apply for assistance and you've given us everything we need, we don't need any other information from you. You've given us all the identification we need. We don't need any other documentation from you. I've seen people receive funds in as little as 3 to 5 days. If you apply for assistance and we still need insurance paperwork from you, it's going to take longer. If you apply for assistance and we can't verify your identification, we're going to have to reach out to you to get additional information. So sometimes it could take 3, 5, 7 days. Other times it's going to take longer until we have all the information we need from you. So the most important thing to remember is if there is a declaration, that is the most important thing. If there is a declaration, if you have applied for assistance, make sure we have all the information we need, stay in touch with us, and be patient.